electric in here, man. I've been easy.
Mike Perry said, I'm here to give pain when I can.
Harmony, who saw that coming? Shout out to Mike Perry's wife, Latori, who I think ever since he met her, his whole life has changed. Like I said,
You could get him in trouble and land some, and Jake can land something big. So let's see what happens. But it's electric in here, man.
and if you've never seen a Mike Perry fight, just buckle up. He is different. He comes alive when he gets hit, when he starts bleeding, when he gets cut. One of the most unique human beings that I've ever come across in the...
He's got the gladiator gimmick going, ready to walk into the Coliseum and face the lion that is Mike Perry. Are you entertained? This crowd has been, the last two fights have been sensational.
No one asked me, but I think it does go the distance.
You think it's good? You think it goes the distance?
I think it does. I don't think that Mike Perry's getting knocked out, and I don't think Jake Paul's getting knocked out. But I think it's going to be a great fight, and I think they're going to go toe-to-toe.
Let's bet 10 push-ups. I think somebody's getting knocked out.
Make it 20.
Right here on the ground in suits.
Well, every opponent that Jake Paul has faced has gone down. Can he do it to the king of violence in Tampa, Florida? We are about to find out. This crowd is raucous.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. From the sold-out Amalie Arena here in Tampa, Florida, USA, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The main event of the evening. 8 rounds of boxing this scheduled in the cruiserweight division. It is brought to you by Jake Paul and Nikisa Badarian, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Fansly, the best 18 and over content created site. Head to fansly.com/Paul Perry for exclusive content. Event Ticket Center. Don't just watch it, experience it. Get tickets to the events you love at Event Ticket Center. And Celsius, live fit, essential energy. Sanctioned by the Florida Athletic Commission, the Executive Director, Timothy Shipman. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside: Tina Griffith, Efren LeBron, and James O'Connor. And inside the ring, your referee in charge of the action, Christopher Young. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands of sold-out fans here in attendance at Amalie Arena, the millions of fans watching live around the world on DAZN, the judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the world is ready. Tampa, make some noise if you... Fighting out of the red corner, wearing purple with silver, he weighed in officially 196 1/2 pounds. Tonight, he makes his boxing debut, bringing a bare-knuckle record of 6 wins, 1 defeat, and 3 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a bare-knuckle superstar from Orlando, Florida, the king of violence, Platinum Mike Perry! And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and white. He weighed in officially 200 pounds even. In 10 professional fights, his record stands at 9 victories, 1 defeat, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Desde Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. Here is the one, the only, El Gallo, Jake. 'Cause 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 'c
Okay, Jimmy, everything over legal, right here, everything goes well. Jimmy, you know what time it is. When we fight hard, fight clean, touch them up.
Judgment Day.
You heard Jake Paul say it's Judgment Day. Mike Perry told us earlier this week, I'm not here to box Jake Paul. I'm here to smash his face in. That's why he's the king of violence. As for Jake Paul, he says, I'll pick up the biggest win of my career with another highlight knockout, and I'll make it look easy. Scheduled for 8 rounds, live from Tampa, Florida. Paul versus Perry. Here we go.
Jake's starting to fight on his toes, creating distance.
We said that earlier on. We said he's going to be lateral, sticking the jab.
Mike better protect himself.
Ooh, great body shot right there by Jake.
Jake told us no one goes to Mike Perry's body. I will.
He's going to the body so he can set up the overhand right. Take 1 or 2 shots to the body, and if you can see his hands drop, especially Mike Perry's left hand, Jake's going to look to throw the overhand right.
Very noticeable size.
Whoa, knockdown!
Told you.
Man.
Jab high, jab low, overhand right.
Paul promised a first-round KO, and that's a promising start. Perry looks shell-shocked.
Man, that body shot shook him up, and that head shot, oh, nice left hook right there by Jake.
Perry's got to let his hands go. It may be over before he lands a punch.
Perry can get away with his hands being down in bare-knuckle boxing. In boxing, he cannot.
And one thing Perry's doing wrong is he's standing straight up, so he's open for that left hook or that right hand. His chin is exposed.
He invites people to throw punches so he can brawl back and forth. Jake is not the guy you want to invite to throw a punch at your head.
Ariel, what's his body language telling you?
It's not great right now. I mean, look at the size difference. That's a guy, Jake Paul, who walks around at around 220, 230. Mike Perry barely made 200, so you see it right there, and Jake's confidence is just growing. Jake doesn't need to out-muscle Mike. He doesn't need to clinch with him. He just has to outbox him because Mike isn't protecting himself, and like you guys said, he's leaving himself open for shots.
Yeah, man, I don't understand why Mike has his hands so low.
Because that's the way he fights in bare knuckle and MMA, but as you know, that doesn't work in the sweet science.
And Jake is not the beacon of cardio, but he's kind of breathing a little heavy right now. I think he's not used to hitting somebody that hard and still being around.
And that's where Perry can do his best damage if he can get Paul still in the corner.
That was a good overhand right by Perry that landed on the temple of Jake.
Like I said earlier on,
man.
Mike Perry does come alive when the going gets tough. We'll see if he's not looking great so far.
Good right hand, and he stumbled Perry again.
Yeah, Perry doesn't have an answer for that hook and that overhand right.
He's very flat-footed, moving forward, upright. He's leaving himself exposed.
And Ariel, he's following him as well. He's not cutting the ring off, he's following Jake.
Like a zombie, not moving his head.
He needs to take a big 45-degree angle step in front of him when you see him going away.
He needs to survive this round.
Nice overhand right by Perry.
Good body shot again from Paul, and that has affected Perry. Another good, solid jab from Paul.
Perry's walking to the corner shaking.
Jake's getting better as a boxer. I'm going to just be real. Mike Perry has gotten away with having his hands down quite a bit. And people talk about how strong it is for somebody to shut the light out. Well, hands up is what he needs to do.
Mike said we're dealing with pillows.
That's no protection, but it's actually more weight coming towards your face.
Exactly. The only difference with bare knuckle is that you can get cut because you're getting rocked.
Yeah, look how low Mike Perry's hands is. Right here you see Jake, as we said before, he's going to use a jab to set up the overhand right. That's the knockdown we see right there.
More of a clubbing shot, wasn't it?
It was a clubbing shot, and it was more off balance.
And we can't blame the canvas. That was a legit shot.
So round 2, Jake Paul doesn't get his first round knockout, but he does get a first round knockdown.
Man, Perry's so flat-footed, just walking straight, chin in the air. He can't keep doing this. He's going to get caught with a big shot.
Perry needs to almost adopt the Mike Tyson style. Put his hands up by his head, slip, get inside, only punch after he...
Oh! The right hand perfectly placed.
punch after he slipped a combination.
This could be over here. He's not protecting himself. He's too upright. Jake hits way too hard.
This is a good time to clinch, but I don't think Perry's going to clinch. It's not in his repertoire to do so.
Jake has been a very good finisher when he gets opponents hurt.
Mike's legs are wobbly as well.
For someone that's hurt to be walking someone down.
No.
You'd love to see Perry at least get one shining moment in this fight for all the fans that are here supporting him. You know he's going to go out on a shield.
See, that was great stuff from Jake. He doesn't want to clinch with Mike.
No defense at all.
Zero, yeah.
At all.
Chin is up, hands are down.
Oh.
Overhand right.
And Jake's doing great, man. He's boxing, keeping distance. He busts up the eye. The right eye of Perry is busted.
I mean, he's even throwing power with the jab. He's been known to throw a lot of power with the right hand, but he's throwing power with the jab, and I think that's the most surprising thing for Mike Perry.
And Perry keeps to follow him, and Jake's just setting traps, walking side to side, setting traps, landing that hook, landing that right hand.
Gabe, do you see any path to victory here for Mike Perry?
I don't, man. It's just a matter of time. He's getting broke down.
Whoa.
That's a good hook he landed right there.
Hold the phone.
I mean, he needs to dig down, and he needs to do what Lucas did.
There we go. Make the fight dirty. Make the fight dirty. Frustrate Jake. That's his only hope. This is where Mike Perry comes alive.
And I know what you're saying, Ariel, but one thing about Jake, he's mentally strong. That's not going to bother him.
When I fought Jake, I did the same exact thing in the same arena.
Yeah. Another little hand.
Mike Perry, don't count him out yet.
You can never count Mike Perry out.
Man, Jake is setting up that big right hand because it's right there for him, right down the middle.
Guys, Mike Perry has this crowd eating out of the palm of his hands.
If Perry just put his hands up. Yes. Perry's not going to put his hands up, Gabe. Don't waste your breath. He's not going to put his hands up. I'm promising you that.
It's a great round for both fighters. Both fighters had their moments there.
Guys, I know the term zombie gets overused in fighting, but Mike Perry's the closest thing to a zombie. He really does seem to love when everything is stacked against him.
And Ariel, Gabe said something real important. He said he doesn't think that this is going to be in effect. The underhook of the wrestling, it's not. Jake is mentally tough. I did the same thing. I had 3 weeks to fight, so I had to make it ugly. It didn't bother him. He got cut over the eye and taken out. Look at this right here.
That's a good right hand right there, set up with the jab to the body. Clean shot.
Imagine if Jake opens his eyes. Remember we talked about this. He punches with his eyes because look, he's not even looking at the shot.
But it was a good setup because he feinted to the body and came up top. It was a smart setup.
And what it does is it makes you think he's going back to the body because he was punching with that right hook. Overhand right, second knockdown.
For what it's worth, Jake Paul was gasping for air in his corner as ice water was dumped all over his body.
Yeah, this is a high pace. They're fighting at a very high pace.
And you know, a lot of power. It takes some energy.
And you know, man, when you're hitting a guy with your best shot and he's still walking you down, man, that breaks you down a bit.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed when I was prepping for Jake, his cardio has never been the greatest, but still in late rounds he can punch with power no matter how fatigued he is.
I just can't believe Mike Perry is walking down Jake Paul with this stance.
You can't believe it. You know Mike Perry.
Big left hook.
You're right. You're right. I can't believe it. It's just wild to see after how that first round went.
Nice left hook there from Jake Paul. And Perry can't afford to get too comfortable as he comes in because Paul could catch him with the right hand. There's a left from
that left
Perry.
hook. Jake felt that help. I think Jake needs to go back to that jab. That jab helped him out in the first round.
And Jake does not need to slip the jab on the inside. He's going to put himself right in front of the right hand. Do not slip to your left on the jab. Not against Jake Paul.
Jake Paul dropped Perry in round 1 and in round 2.
He's setting him up for the overhand. I see it.
Oh, man. That's a beautiful shot right there by Jake. It's almost like he looks like he's going to throw the right just to set up the left hook.
He's setting him up. He's looking down low. He's either going to throw the slapping left hook or he's going to throw overhand right. Nice left hook by Mike Perry.
Mike Perry.
That's a good body shot right there by Jake. And you know, right there, right here, what Perry's doing is he's following Jake. He needs to cut the ring off. He's following Jake too much.
Another straight right hand from Paul.
This is that moving target we talked about. It's hard to hit a moving target. He needs to cut him off.
And I think there's a cut on the head of Jake Paul now.
Yeah, both fighters are cut.
And now Perry's trying to bully Paul.
Mike Perry has come all the way back now. Jake looks tired, guys.
Well, you know, it's tough. You got this guy just walking you down. You're hitting him with your best shots, and he doesn't care, man.
Good uppercut from Jake.
But props to Jake because he's staying disciplined to the game plan.
Sure.
Jake having a hard time seeing out of the left eye as blood pours into it.
And that blood is only going to fuel Perry. Both fighters are cut.
Oh, nice left hook.
Whoa.
Nice right uppercut right at the end. Right at the end of the round.
Gabe, you're a pro boxer. How do you describe what we're seeing from Mike Perry? This is absurd.
Man, this is great. It's hard will determination.
No technique.
No technique.
This fight is going exactly the way I thought it would go.
No technique. Exactly.
Exactly the way I thought it would go.
But you know, it's just you can't teach heart. When you hit a guy with your best shot and he gets up and he keeps coming and he cuts you and he's trying to win, you can't teach that, man. Only certain guys have that. It's special.
And it takes discipline for Jake Paul not to get discouraged. You hit somebody with your best shot, they keep walking forward. Some guys fold under that.
And yeah, props to Perry for coming back, but Jake is still controlling the pace. You know, it's tough, but he's controlling the pace.
We're in round 4.
Oh, nice straight left hand by Mike Perry as he switched to southpaw.
It is a frantic pace and a straight right down the pipe from Paul.
He switched to southpaw and Jake made him pay with a straight right hand.
Doing that.
He switched it right back up. That's a big mistake.
Francis made that mistake too against Anthony Joshua.
Man,
Perry in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, you can see the power right there by Jake.
There's very few people that have equal defense on both sides. I've seen 2 or 3 people total to have that. I would get the left hand up if I'm Mike Perry, and I would keep walking him down off of counters, just like that.
Jake looks like he's found a second wind or something.
Well, Jake tried to sit down on a couple of hard shots to see if he can rock Perry, but it didn't work.
Here comes overhand, guys. That's the setup there for the overhand.
Yeah, that's a setup. He's testing him out,
Jab
finding
high,
that
jab
range
low,
to the body.
overhand.
Power punches through round 3. Perry is giving as good as he's getting. Whoa!
Oh!
That got his equilibrium off. And the time might be now for Paul to end this.
Jake's being patient. He's setting him up with that big right. Whoa, nice jab. Powerful jab by Jake.
That feels like a power punch.
At this moment, we should see a clinch from Perry. Unfortunately, we know that's not in his game plan
That's the inexperience, because you got to clinch in this situation or take a knee.
Yeah.
Get the 8 count, try to recover.
Perry's legs still don't look good. Balance is off.
Man, and for him to recover so fast, now he's walking Jake down. He felt that jab.
Yep.
That jab, it stopped him in his track. Good body shot by Jake.
Either way, how about Mike Perry?
Is Perry trying to...
He was, but this is not a smart move. He's trying to rope a dope. You don't do that in the middle of the ring when you're hurt.
Rope is a...
Oh, man! Whoa, whoa!
2, 3, 4. The referee taking a look at Perry, who's eating everything that Paul is feeding him.
The referee's close. He's paying close attention right now.
But a guy like Perry, you got to let it ride.
The ref does have that look on his face.
And Jake staying disciplined, setting everything up with that jab.
A little nod there from Perry. 10 seconds to go. A brilliant round for Jake Paul.
Great jab by Jake.
Oh, and he caught him with a right at the bell, and Perry almost went down.
We said this. The jab is the #1 thing you need to do to Mike Perry to keep him away. He's not sleeping it properly. His hands right up and his hands are low. It's set up the body jab. It's set up the right hook to the body. It's set up the overhook. I'm sorry, the overhand and the straight right.
Well, we've got great seats, but how about these $1 million seats ringside for Amanda Serrano? There's Javon Walton.
Man, right here, Jake just setting it up. Nice jab. Wobbles Perry, takes him to the rope, hits him with a big uppercut right here. It's coming up. Big shot. And you know what? I think if we go another round like this, the referee's going to stop the fight.
Yeah, the doctor took a good look at Mike Perry that round. They're going to let it continue. And apparently they'll look one more time.
Sometimes you can be too tough for your own good.
Hey, Mike Perry once had his nose pointing in the complete opposite direction.
Yes.
This is all good for Mike Perry.
But you know what, man? He's out on his feet.
No, 100%.
He's concussed. He's wobbled. He's hurt. Really bad.
Power punch could seal the deal for Platinum Perry.
That jab right there just wobbled him.
When you're expecting just an overhand right or an uppercut, and you get a solid jab, and you get a solid hook, and then you get the punches you're looking for as well, it's difficult to deal with.
I think Jake's going to set him up with a left hook.
Is there? I mean, to be honest, right now, everything's there.
Everything's there.
But never count Mike Perry out.
We saw that earlier tonight. Lucas Body, who was beaten comprehensively from the opening bell, landed a combination and dropped H2O Silv in the knockout of the year, perhaps. 15 power shots landed in round 4 for Paul.
I think the power shots did the job, but the jab set it up.
Yeah.
That's what Perry's having the most problems with, dealing with their jab.
And that movement.
Yeah. He's jabbing, the lateral motion we talked about earlier on, he's doing that, and he should.
Perry's starting to lean over, Gabe, might be susceptible to a big uppercut.
And you know, Jason's having fun here, busting him up with the jab. Jake knows he can land a big right hand. He's just teasing him right now. Jab, 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 busting him up.
He's tenderizing the steak before he tries to fry it. That's what he's doing.
Look at Perry's face.
Perry needs to get his hands up higher.
That's not going to happen.
And slip. You telling me now after he needs to slip and he needs to get inside that strong leg.
It honestly defies logic that he's still standing, considering the shots that he's taken and how many times you've seen him get.
That's who he is, though. You know what I mean? That's his being.
There's no output offensively, though, right now for Mike Perry. He's become a punching bag.
I don't know, Todd. I'd like to see you go and punch that punching bag and see what happens.
Well, he's not fighting back right now. Jake's getting scary.
Jake's in full control right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man!
And look the way that Perry's
that's it.
Right hand again. The referee's getting closer.
Nice little jab by Perry as well.
Perry's getting too tough for his own good.
Perry is parrying the jab too much. He's opening up that left hook for him. He's almost pawing it now.
How much more can Mike Perry take?
Honestly, this is his only hope. As dirty as possible. And it might not be enough.
You know, I think Jake just kind of coasts this round right now and just busting him up with the jab. Setting him up for the next round.
What a heavyweight heavyweight showdown we have coming your way September 21st from a sold-out Wembley Stadium. Riyadh Season presents the Wembley edition. Joshua, Daniel Dubois. Gabe, what do you think happens on that one?
Man, Joshua's on the flow right now.
And speaking of great heavyweights, how you doing, brother? The Hulkster, Hulk Hogan.
Legend right there.
Jake Perry needs to Hulk up.
He's ready to go.
Credit to Perry, who's still coming out for more. That's why he's the king of violence. He says, I can handle the pain.
Good body shot right there by Jake.
Gabe, if you were in Mike's corner, what are you telling him going into this round?
Put your hands up.
Okay.
Put your hands up and bend your knees.
Yes.
He's standing too tall.
Right.
Chin is up in the air. Tuck your chin, put your hands up. See right there?
Oh,
see that?
nice
see
left
that?
hook.
He got low and he landed a shot.
And we talked about that, using that peekaboo style, slipping inside, cutting it. Then he needed to buy real estate, chop down inches of the canvas, and then throw a power shot.
There's the jabs you were talking about.
Oh,
Tyron. Oh,
man.
that one caught him good.
I
Paul,
think that's the one.
right hand. This may be it. Right hand, and he's down for a third time.
Oh, wait.
The jab set up the left hook.
Hey, you want to continue? What this way? Bossman.
Oh.
And now wave it off. There is a new king of violence, and his name is Jake Paul. Success fight refused to back down, but in the end, Jake Paul just had two, and he improves to 10-1 with his 7th professional.
I'm sure there's some people who are going to say, some people will say that just exposed that Jake, isn't that. It's one amateur fight.
I think Jake is constantly trying to prove people wrong. You're on the other side and you're proving people wrong consistently. That's the view that.
Hey, let's make it official. Here's Joe Martinez.
Late minute, 12 seconds, round number 6. Referee Christopher Young. KO! El Gallo!
Delivered in front of yet another sold-out crowd. King of violence, Mike Platinum Perry. Gabe, are his boxing skills improving or regressing in your opinion?
No, he's not, all these gimmicks and things like that. No, he's defense. And he, another thing he showed is mental. Got up.
With some big shots, what have I got myself into?
Sick leading up to this. My knuckle is my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be giving away $10,000 tonight at the fight, so. Yeah.
Well, could that possibly delay the Tyson fight?
I'm a warrior, man. I fight through anything. We put it on the line. Shout out to him. They're coming back November 15th against Katie Taylor. It's going to be a stack. I'm back. I love you, brother.
Just curious, before the fight, you and Mike were talking about a bare knuckle.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. I'm down for it all, Ariel. I love combat, and in 2 years, I will be the cruiserweight champion of the
building. You picked up a big win. What's the difference between the Jake Paul and...
Man, I'm just way sharper, cleaner. I think he hit me with out. So I made some mistakes. Like I said, I didn't feel very good, but it's back to the drawing
thing. I presume that Mike Tyson is watching this right now. Is there anything...
I love you, but this is my sport now. You're a legend. You're one of the two most honored to get in the ring with you. I'm so honored. You're a legend.
Quick thoughts on your brother's performance.
Yeah, Mike Perry, you're the toughest son of a bitch I've ever. Phenomenal. How do you do it?
Hey, I don't know. I was trying to. You did a great job. You were way too fast for me, and I want to thank everybody for coming out and showing love and support. I appreciate y'all for showing up, and when you knocked me down, you were too heavy. It just kind of knocked me over. It didn't even rock. Oh, man, congratulations, Jake Paul.
Are you okay, Mike?
Yeah, I'm fine. But he hit me a little harder than some of my training partners. That's all.
better than you thought.
You know, perfect practice makes perfect. He's making the right moves and doing the. He's not sitting there waiting to be hit like me. I was trying to find the
rematch.
Let's go. I don't care. Let's do it.
NFL, baby.
Or like I could have put my weight on him and grappled his ass up and tried. I'll do it. Fuck them other guys. I'll do that shit.
Oh, Amanda is here. Wow.
And Utah, I love you, Utah.
Next win.
Man, I'm super impressed. He's getting better every day. And telling you, he's learning. All we do is win. Right?
All we do is win, baby. Let's go.
It's amazing. In March, you had to try to lift her spirits. What a difference a few months make, right?
She's a warrior. She's a legend. She's the greatest of all time. So she's gonna come back, go back to back.
Can't wait for that. For now, enjoy the victory in here, Todd. Jake Paul does it again. Back to you.
Mike Perry, that he's okay. Let's get your final thoughts on what we just
continues to show improvement. Great jab, great foot movement, and great. And it's a dangerous, dangerous fight for Mike.
He's talking to the UFC champion currently right now.
Well, that's
on FaceTime.
Pereira.
I mean, I feel like he fights two different fights, promoting all these different brands, and he's on FaceTime with a UFC champion right now.
It's happened. Alex Pereira is at a whole different level than Mike Perry.
The fact that he's a UFC champion tells you that he can't fight contractually. So this fight may happen, but it'll be a ways down the road.
Well, Alex